but she left, and they didn't even see where she went. They dropped anchor a minute later, and they called them up and out of the hold and over the sides and down the nets to the landing craft, and then they left for the beach. He said it was a beautiful morning. The water was so blue. They were slaughtered, Daddy said. 3,000 Marines killed the first day at Iwo Jima. He said he should have been killed the first 50 times, but the bullets wouldn't hit him. He never got a scratch. 762 out of the 800 on his ship killed before dark. You can catch catfish in the river or crappie in the spillway. I guess anything wears off after a while. The cold I'd gone through that morning was only a memory, and when I got out of the truck and stepped into the woods, I knew I was going to hear it. Just like Bobby's daddy had known that the machine guns wouldn't kill him on the beach at Iwo Jima, and people picked them up for ashtrays. But first they turned them over with their feet, as I did this one. I was careful not to touch anything with my hands, and I raked leaves away with my boot, and there were the remnants of his own boots. The cancerous barrel of a rifle lay close beside him, and the shells rusted solidly into the magazine. A young tree had grown up through him between his spine and ribs, and his billfold was there, and his belt with the tarnished green buckle, as was an old case pocket knife that a careful deputy patiently searched finally uncovered beneath the leaves. They had kept hoping through some of those years anyway. And what I wondered was how long he'd been crying out, and how many men like us had heard and refused to listen. I came close to it. I don't like to think about him lying there in winter and summer with his bones exposed, wanting only the peace that 6 feet of dirt would finally bring. But that timber's gone now, and there are millions and millions of young pines on it. That's all you can see. Jim lost his marriage, and Bobby's not around much anymore. I'm always exactly on time. Man, wasn't that a good story? I remember reading that story. My wife was at the doctor's office, and I carried this book in. It's a collection of short stories, same author as I read last Fiction Friday last week, and I just happened to turn to this story and read it, and I don't know.